Welcome back to the Keys to Success podcast. We need some intro music. I'm sorry,
We
y'all. Next time we
do.
come back, we're going to try for the new year. We're going to come back with some intro music. Anyways, thank you guys for being here for the Keys to Success podcast. This is your host, Tilisa Stubbs, and I have my beautiful co host here, Deba Douglas. Deba, how's it going, girl?
It is going amazing. I can't believe that the year is almost up. Like I feel like we're still in like October for some reason. It's just been flying by. It's
I
crazy.
know, I know. And it's just like, yeah, I'm the type where Deborah, I like to set goals at the beginning of the year. And then, like, every 3 months, I try to like revise those goals, pertaining to what my life is like. And I just feel like every single time I set a goal, it's like a 3 month goal or something. And that 3 month hits. And it's just like, oh my God, here we are again. Now we're setting a new goal. And it's like, really, there's only so many goals you can set in a year doing it like that, and it just makes the time go by so fast. But then when you look back at the year, you're able to see everything that you've accomplished month after month. Even the months that weren't so great, you're able to find the lessons that you learned in those months that kind of help to propel you in that next month. And so it's just like, even though it went by fast, there's so much to just kind of like sit back and just kind of absorb and just let it kind of sink in, because I think a lot of the times it goes so fast that we don't even celebrate ourselves.
Right.
Like, we're
Right.
closing deals, we're doing stuff, but the moment after we close a deal, we've got to be in the business of it, so we don't even really get an opportunity to like celebrate. And so time is like lickety split. And so
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
just
I totally feel you on that. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question about so our call today, our podcast, we're going to be talking about what we're going to be doing, how we ending 2023. But
yeah.
before we talk about how we end 2023, what was something that you said you were going to do in 2023 in January when you were like, okay, everybody has these great goals and all these things that they plan on accomplishing. What was one of those things that you said you were going to do and that you accomplished?
I think you know. I think you know. One of the things, what was one of the things I said? I said, one of the things I'm going to do this year, and it's really important to me, is partnership. Remember when I
Yeah.
said that?
Yes. Yes.
I did. And this year has been all about partnership. And I thought it was just going to be partnership just within like buying real estate. I've done partnerships where I'm doing like workshops with different people. I'm collaborating. It's just crazy how, like, when you put something out there to the universe, you write it down, you say it, and you actually just start taking like little small action steps towards it, like every single day. You will be surprised that you turn around like, oh my God, I wrote that down, and it actually happened. I said I was going to
Yeah.
raise money this year. I said I was going to raise money, and I was going to make that my priority. And I was going to raise money from anybody and everybody. And I've done just that. And so it's just, I don't know. I feel like I've done everything that I said I was going to in January. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like that was one of both of ours that we were going to do more partnerships. And I have been able to really nurture my partnership with my hard money lender. That now I am like one of their, I guess, brand ambassadors. And that has been absolutely amazing where they're able to help not only me and so many of my mentees and thinking about my contractors, partnering with them. And it's now like the course has become its own ordeal in itself.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things. And I think the other thing, and this is like nothing real estate, I think I remember telling you this when you came to my house and we were talking on the patio. I'm letting go of the fair weather people. Like, you don't know where you stand with them. You don't know if they coming or going. You don't know, are they really for you? Like, what conversations are they having when you're not there? Like, you don't know where you stand with them.
Yeah.
That has been the game changer in everything I do, because now I'm placed and I'm around people that I know root for me, that when I walk into the room they celebrate me and I celebrate them. And because of that, clarity is clear, your vision is clear, because you're not caught up with the distraction of, well, are we cool, are we not cool, like, do they really have my best interest? You know who has your interest. your
Yeah.
discernment. We were just talking about discernment. Like,
I,
know
I,
it. And
I
that
was
has
gonna
helped my
say.
business so much by just being in the right place, in the right environment with the right people.
That's it. I was just going to say that right before you said, I said discernment. And I was listening to a podcast. Was it a podcast? I can't remember where I listened to it at. But basically, they were saying that once you really get clear about the people that you want in your life, the kind of people that you want in your life, once you get clear about what you want to do with your life, everything else that doesn't align with that is a no.
Yeah.
And for me, that was like, I feel like I needed to hear that because I feel like a lot of the times with me, if it's somebody that I love or somebody that I care about or somebody that I don't want to disappoint for whatever reason, I look up to them, they help me out during a hard time, whatever the case, right? If somebody that's in my life like that isn't necessarily feeding me spiritually or isn't really in alignment, their lifestyle isn't really in alignment with where I'm trying to go. I found myself um, I found myself allowing them to keep their space in my environment simply because of a feeling of guilt or simply because of a feeling of, oh, I owe them or I don't want to disappoint them or whatever. Not because I truly wanted to or because it was truly aligned with what I wanted. It was simply for something else. And I found that when I started saying no to those individuals or those things that weren't identically aligned with what I got going on, it was just like, first of all, it's easier to say no and it was easier to spot my yeses. And I know a lot of people say that, like, you shouldn't really have a whole lot of yeses. Your no's should far outweigh your yeses. And I feel like for the longest time, my scales were imbalanced. And now they're finally starting to become balanced again. And that feels really good.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I don't know why my screen is frozen, but we're just gonna keep on
We're
rolling.
going to keep rolling with it. Let's do it.
I love that because what it sounds like you're saying, and what I feel like both of us has really helped this year is the growth of knowing who we are and knowing what our triggers are and knowing, like, okay, I want to move forward with this, or no, this is not in alignment with where I'm trying to go. So thinking about 2023 and it's on its way ending, what are some other things that you're looking forward to for 2024?
Oh man. So 2024 is a little different, Deba. 2024 is a little different. I can say that 2023, I was probably a lot more money motivated, which I'm still am
Mhm.
very much money motivated. But I would say for 2024, I really want to find ways to add purpose to everything that I do. So like for instance, this property that we're supposed to close on tonight, but I don't know, hopefully it'll be tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. This particular property, I'm going to be using it as a sober living home. And kind of the way that that got brought up, a friend of mine, an attorney friend of mine, she reached out to me and she had an opportunity to acquire a property and she needed private money. And, we decided to go ahead and partner on it. And so we're sharing equity. But her exit strategy, I was just very interested with because she was saying how the people that she's renting to are individuals who have either, they're either struggling with like drug abuse or alcoholism, but they're in a position in their lives where they want to be around other like minded individuals who are also looking to become better fathers or become, better husbands or a better wife or better mom, whatever, just to better their lives. And I was just like, man, it really hit home to me because, and I don't talk about this often, but and I promise you, my mama gonna be like, Tilisa, you always try to tell the family business, but look. But my dad struggled, with drug abuse for a long time, with crack cocaine, and so for any of you who are out there who have had a parent or parents who have ever done drugs before, you know how difficult that can be on the entire family, especially the kids. And so one thing that I was thinking about was like, as I was listening to her and, you know, the things that she does for these individuals, I was like, man, I wonder if like when my dad got out of jail several times, I wonder if he had been able to go to like a sober living home, like in a nice neighborhood where
Mhm.
there's other men in the home who are like, hey man, I also want to be a good husband. I'm also trying to be a good father. If he just had that community of like minded individuals, like would our lives as kids had been a little bit different, possibly, you know?
Right.
Um, and so as I'm like thinking about that, I'm just thinking about my life in general. And I'm like, well, when I got myself in a community of like minded individuals, that's when things really started to progress. And that's when I really started to accomplish my goals. And so I thought to myself, well, man, this exit strategy is amazing. Plus, this is like the icing on the cake. We can rent out the beds instead of the rooms. And typically the rooms are able to take like 2 to 3 beds per room, twin beds. And she's renting the beds out at 650 to 890 per bed. And so I'm starting to look at these single family homes a little bit differently now. And I'm like, man, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and I can rent out 6, 7 beds at 650 a bed per month. Well, now I'm like, my cash flow is like 3x and sometimes 4x. And I'm just like, oh man, not only is this really beneficial for the sober living community, but this is also like a really huge cash cow. And so I guess my whole point in saying all of this is that I guess as I'm buying real estate, I want to make sure that it's serving a bigger purpose, other than just, you know, an Airbnb, a vacation rental for somebody, or just, you know, somebody's long-term rental. Not to say that there's anything wrong with any of that. There's not. Just for me in particular, that's just where God is really kind of shifting me, I feel like. And so, yeah, that was long.
I like
But
that
yeah,
though.
that's 2024. So that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah. I like it because it's you're not just thinking about, hey, the monetary incentives. You're thinking about I'm changing lives.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, you know. So, anyways, if it can change a few people's lives to where they can get back to their families and, you know, actually be positive role models for the people in their lives, man, that would be huge, because I
Yeah.
know that what that would have done for me. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, what about you, Deba? What are you wanting to do or change this 2024?
It is so hard for me to say that because I I want to reach my dreams. And I say that in a way like, okay, you haven't reached your dreams. I have put myself and the dreams that I want on the back burner because I want to help so many other people. And I think I'm at a place where I'm questioning, I give a lot out. And I love that because I think that's my servant heart. But I got to figure out how to fill up Deba because there's at a place in time, there's times that I don't have nothing left and there's no cup filling up for Deba. And then I got to give back again the next day, but I don't have it filling up my cup. So with that, I put myself on the back burner, which I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm going to put better boundaries in place. And I'm going to take more breaks throughout the day. And I'm just going to say I'm not available, which is hard for me because I want to give everything to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just not, life isn't fair, but I didn't create this so I could be worked like a dog too.
Yeah. Whew.
So I think I'm selfishly going to be like, Deba's taking a step back to just have her season of reflect and just say, thank you, God, and not take this for granted and take it all in and enjoy my tenants, enjoy my kids, enjoy all this season has to give, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's a selfish move, but I think I need this for me.
And you say selfish, but I don't say, I think it's selfless. I think it's
Yeah.
selfless. I think it's selfless to finally put yourself first.
Yeah.
Um, because, and Deb, and I know you, I know that you're the best damn mentor coach that I've ever witnessed. Like, I don't know how many coaches actually meet their students at the properties so that they can like walk the properties with them. I don't know how many coaches you can actually send your deal to and they'll underwrite it for you before you even make your offer. Like, you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot, and I hope that the people that are under your program are really, 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 really appreciative of everything that you do, and I know that they're going to benefit from it. But like you were saying, Deba, at the end of the day, if you're not refilling your cup, how are you going to be able to have more to give?
Yeah.
You know, most people were okay and they were fine before they met you. They will be fine after they've met you, and your lives will continue to go on. But I think that it's so, so, so important to create those boundaries. And Debbie, you already know, like, I'm like the queen of boundaries and like the
Yes, you
queen
are.
of my time. And like, oh, nope, it's not time to check emails right
Yeah.
now. I will do that when it's that block of time. But so, I mean, I understand it, but it gives you such a level of like peace just knowing that I don't have to answer to everybody's beck and call. When my phone rings, I no longer get like that pit in my stomach, like, oh God, I got to answer that. Or I don't know what that number is. Should I pick it up just in case
Yeah.
it's some? No, if it's that important, they'll leave a message. And if
Yeah.
it's even more important, they'll leave a text. And if they don't have my email or whatever else, they can find me on Facebook and message me there. Like, there's so many ways to get a hold of me. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And I don't do that well. I'm a workaholic and I like work and I like what I do, but I need to make sure that there's a lot of dreams that I have and a lot of things I want to accomplish, but sometimes what else I have and what I have to give to others get in the way. And then I just pick up the scraps and be like, okay, Deb, let's focus on what you have to do. And I'm at a place where I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, nope, can't afford to do that
You
anymore.
can't afford to.
I'm proud of you, friend. I'm proud of you. 2024 is about to be very different. So, Deba, tell me one thing. Like, what does that look like? Like, putting Deba first. What is one thing that you plan on doing, like an actual action item, to help you start putting yourself first?
Um, that's so good. I think the biggest heaviness that I carry is my course because I want to make sure people are successful. So I'm going to limit the amount of people that join the course.
Okay.
And I'm going to start cutting it off and saying, oh, I'm sorry, we're not available until another couple months when I can get people moved on to the next phase.
I
Uh,
love that.
I think I
Cohorts.
may even do one-on-one calls before I meet, before people take the course, because I want to see if we're aligned with what we need to do. Because I want you to be successful, but you got to come with your own level of, hey, tenacity of wanting to do this.
Ooh,
Um,
that's good.
I think I'm going to really have a hard stop in my day and say, hey, after 5 o'clock, Deba really stops and when my kids go to sleep, I may check my phone for 30 minutes, but then that's it. And then I'll pick it back up the next morning after my kids are gone.
Good for you. Yeah.
Just
How
putting
does that how
boundaries.
does that feel, like having that plan? How do you feel inside? Like, does that give you anxiety? Does that give you like peace? Like, what is that?
What is it when it's like the same feeling, anxiety and peace at the same time?
Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah. But I feel like that's gonna be the best thing for me for sustainability.
Yeah.
Because now
Mm-mm.
it's not the money. Like I don't care. Like, yes, the money is decent. It takes care of like household stuff. But I mean, most of y'all think I'm probably 29, but I'm actually going to be turning 40 in April. But I'm more like I like who I am. I like how I do it. I know I'm not for everybody, and I like that too. And I'm good with
Right.
that.
Girl, I love that I'm not for everybody.
I like that, and I'm good with that. And I enjoy knowing I'm not for everybody. I really
Yeah.
like that. And I'm okay going to eat out by myself, going to the movies with I like me.
Yeah. And that's what happens when you actually start to fall in love with yourself. You actually start to get a little bit selfish with your time. You start to notice that other people want you to share your time with them more than what you're wanting to actually, like, you don't really want to be around everybody. Like you
Yeah.
prefer to like just take yourself and just to do things with yourself, and other people's like, no, I want to play with you too, and it's like, no, I just want to play with myself. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like always like that little tug of war. But I feel you like 100%, Debbie. Like it's not all about the money. It's really not. And I think even for me, like this year, 2024, um, like there's some things that I used to do a few years ago that I really enjoyed that actually helped my family out that I'm not doing anymore. Like, having a garden in my backyard. I was growing, onions and bell peppers and watermelons and tomatoes and cilantro, just like everything, going outside with the kids, watering the stuff, bringing the food in after our harvest. And it's just like with the times, the way that things are now, the prices of groceries, it's like I just want to get back down to like those sorts of things. Like those things gave me joy. Those things gave me an opportunity to bond with my family. And like really like I don't really need all like the glitz and the glamour and all that stuff to be happy. I'm a simple girl. I'm a
Yeah.
country girl.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you don't realize that until you get to the other side.
Yeah.
Where like, hey, yeah, you get used to everything. You're just more like, I just want the right people around me that have the right heart, and we all are trying to help and collaborate to grow each other.
That's it.
Just
Like
simple.
that's it. And like my friends that I have now, including you, like we make money together. And not saying that you can't be my friend if we're not making money together, but like what are we doing? Like let's, if we're going to be friends, like what we need to be working on towards something together. I just don't want stagnant friendships.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I don't know. I just think you don't take life for granted. So you start looking at things differently. Before, I
Mhm.
would chase every deal and say, okay, I got to buy this deal because I don't know when the next deal is coming. And I remember my husband used to always say, just like, if we don't get this one, there'll be another deal. And I used to roll my eyes and be like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. But he's right. Like, he would just be like, I mean, if we don't buy this one, you're going to send me another one in like 2 hours. So just like, it's okay. And I'm very
Literally.
like high level. I got to execute. I got to execute it and he's just like, there'll be another deal. We don't have to get this one. If you have that uneasiness, let's not move forward and let's spot another deal.
That like that's it. Like, and I feel like sometimes we like try to like at least I know I did this. I would try to add more to my plate just so that I
Yes,
can fill up those areas where I didn't feel like I was busy enough or I didn't feel like I was productive enough, just so that I could say, I'm productive,
I'm
I'm
predicting.
busy. Like it, and
Yeah.
it makes me feel justified in my day, even though I'm like worn out. I've got bags under
Yes.
my eye, my stomach is
Yes.
flabby because I'm not working out, it's like
Yes.
all of those things. Whereas like now, and some people probably and I don't know if you do, Deba, probably think like I still work a lot of hours because I wake up so early in the morning. But honestly, I think I probably work less hours than like the average real estate investor, to be honest, because I'm getting up at like 2, 3 a.m. Yes. But like in those first 3 or 4 or 5 hours of the morning, like a lot of that stuff that I'm doing is stuff that I can really have gotten done that I would have normally gotten done during the day. So during the day, where most people are checking emails and they're submitting offers and they're doing all like those things, I've already done all that because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, right around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, that's when my battery starts to die. That's when I start to feel like I'm not as productive,
Yeah.
I'm not as sharp, and like I could really just like do something a little bit more laxed right now. And so I had to figure out with my body and the way that my I work, like what hours do I need to be putting in the time and what hours do I need to be resting. And that just came from like me just noticing patterns about myself. It was the exact same way when I worked in the corporate world. I would start off in the morning like pumped up, everything's getting done, super productive. Right around 1 o'clock, it was like, yeah, I could really go home. And I'm thinking of every reason, like, how can I go home? Do the kids need to be
Yeah.
picked up early today? What can I do? And like, and I couldn't understand why I was like this, but it's like, there's nothing wrong with me, Tilisa. You just operate better in the mornings. There's some
Yeah.
people that operate better at night. Figure out what yours is that don't work all day.
I love that because I had to learn that I am my best at the morning. If I like, and so what I have done is block off my time from 8 o'clock to 10:30. And my team knows don't reach out to Deba during that time. That is the time that she's most creative. That's the time that her brain can really think about what's going on and how she moves the needle to the business. And I started doing that the middle of the year this year, and it has been so much easier for me to not feel that guilt of, oh my gosh, I need to get back in front of my computer because I know there's stuff I need to do. I'm able to start my day fresh every day because I control who I talk to, I control my meetings, I control all of that. So then I know between 2 and 3 o'clock, that's when my time I need to talk to people. That's the time that I need more people to talk to because I'm like kind of dragging, but I've already done my paperwork or computer work. So I'm not rushing to get back to it. I can just say, okay, let's chat. If we go a little bit longer, then
Yes.
that's okay. But but I'm still open.
Yes. Oh my God. We are so similar in that aspect. Like literally all my Calendly bookings say that you're booking a 15-minute call. Majority of those calls go for like an hour and 30 minutes because
Yeah.
these are potential private money lenders. I can't find out enough about you in 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
Yes.
like, yeah, I have that time and I'm like you said, I'm not stressed out thinking like, hey, I've got to get to this, or no, we can actually enjoy this conversation and we can really get to know each other. And I love that. And I've even put boundaries on the days that I will talk to people or the days that I'll do
Yes.
like a bunch of stuff. So, like Mondays, you can't book a call with me on a Monday. There's just no way. I'm not taking any calls on a Monday.
Me
I
too.
am.
I do the same thing. You can only
You
talk to me
do?
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Don't talk to me on
Yes.
Monday. Don't talk to me on Friday.
Deba, how come I did not know that?
I never knew that. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God. See,
That's
that's
why we're
why
so in sync. That is
I promise you,
crazy.
that's why we're in sync because we understand each other. Don't I need to protect my time? I got to protect my peace. You get
Yes.
these allocated days. You don't get the whole week.
No, not at all. Not even close. No, ma'am.
This is good. So,
Okay,
man,
but as we close, what
yeah.
is one advice that you can give to your younger January 2023 self that you're now moving into 2024? What is something advice you can tell yourself?
Mm, let me see. One piece of advice. Oh yeah. One piece of advice that I would give myself is, Talisa, don't be discouraged if the work that you're putting in and the action that you're putting in isn't yielding immediate results. The
Mm,
results are coming, and the results are coming better than what you could have expected it. Trust the process.
that's good.
I would say. What about you?
Oh, God is not a man that lies. He's already given you the promises. So go ahead and start praising him for it.
Whew. Deba, girl, that message right there was the one that like really catapulted me. That one right there. Like trust him for it already. When you
Yeah.
told me how your mom told y'all to pray.
Yeah.
Deba's not lying to you guys.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy things and a lot of miracles that I know God has to put together that I know where I'm trying to go. He's the only one that can do it. And they are some ridiculous, crazy dreams and miracles that I want him to do that he's already shown me he's going to do. I just need to have the strength and the faith to believe it because I'm terrified.
That's it.
So I'm ready to do it. So yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Just 1 second.
So while Tilisa comes back, we just want to say thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If there's something you want us to talk about on our next call, let us know and continue to like and subscribe. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
Thank you guys. Bye. We love you.